We'll do it holding
Awesome.
hands.
Okay, I have my hand out the window, stretching as hard as I can to try to reach America. Can you, Corey? Can you feel my hands?
We are the world. We are the children.
Corey, can you feel me
Um,
touching you?
little to the left. Little to the left.
Is this? Can you feel this?
Oh, it tickles.
Okay,
Oh dear.
that's a good start. That's a good start.
Are we recording currently?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh dear God. All right. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Smark Avengers. I don't have a clever line because, I mean, how are we gonna top that? Right?
I mean, you're busy. You know.
I was distracted.
Yeah, it's understandable. CM Punk and Jack Perry fighting outside.
Yep. I didn't have
You
time
to
to pray.
look at it. That's a deep.
And
I
my
don't
favorite
think.
part of
I
that
don't
was
think
he
people are gonna get
said
that one,
that.
are they?
I mean, they probably won't, but I just still love that he said that, like, stone cold serious in an interview. Like, well, yeah, they didn't have time to pray. What the fuck? What the fuck? Anyway, as we continue to talk stuff that nobody knows about, unless you're really in the weeds as we are sometimes. Welcome to the Smark Avengers. I'm Corey, and with me are Jon and Dylan. We were reaching hands across America, and what was that old expression? Reach out and touch somebody.
You say so.
Something like
I
that.
tried that, and then I got arrested for it. It's not fair.
No, they frown on that.
Not fair.
So, folks, a couple of weeks ago, we did an episode talking about all of the X-Men movies that have come out from the year 2000 to the year 2024, including the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine movie. However, we've alluded to this already in the past, maybe like a month or so ago. We've been kind of hyping this up. That was not the first time there has been a live-action X-Men property. Jon and I unlocked this memory. Dylan did not know it existed, but in 1996, Fox, who has had the rights to X-Men that entire time, decided to make a live-action pilot for potentially a TV show for the comic series Generation X. So, Generation X, for those who are not familiar with the title, was basically the Young X-Men book of the 90s. So, previously you had the X-Men that when they started out, like, it was implied that, like, Cyclops and Jean Grey and everyone were, like, teenagers, essentially. And then as they got older, a new batch of teenagers came in the 80s called the New Mutants. And then they grew up, and then in the 90s, a whole new batch of teenage characters were created for the X-Men universe. So the 90s were known for their excess and for the interesting art, which we got with some amazing Chris Bocciolo art for the Generation X series. But yeah, no, the premise of the series where these are the young mutants that are still learning how to control their powers and how to navigate the complex and difficult world of modern times where you are hated and feared for the way you're born. Do you guys have any thoughts on the Generation X comic before we really dive into some of the details about this show?
Yes, but before I get to that, I want to ask a real quick question. When did this come out? When did this pilot originate?
February 20th, 1996.
1996. Okay,
I was
because
9.
in TV, I don't know if this is what they did, but I know they did this with like other pilot Marvel films that they made in the 90s. Is that whenever you have the rights to something, a lot of the times, if the rights are about to run out, what people will do is make a really quick pilot episode of something as a way to prove that they are making something with the license that they have to kind of extend it, and be like test the waters to see if there's interest in it. So if the rights are going to run out, a lot of the time people will just make a really quick film like this to extend the rights.
So, Dylan, I'm glad you said that because for those, I don't think you actually ever said it. We're doing another watch-along episode today, kind of like we did with Japanese Spider-Man. So, Generation X is up on YouTube. This is a channel. We'll give them a quick plug. Retro channel. They have the full 1 hour and 28 minute and 2 second pilot up in its entirety. I did find another video that was like closer to 2 hours that included all the commercials, and I was really super tempted to watch that one. But yeah, that would have been. We've had too many 2 hour episodes in a row. So, Dylan, the reason I'm glad that you said that is Retro Channel was very kind enough to put some facts about this movie in the description of the video.
Ooh.
So, real quick, I'll just kind of read through those. It's divided into a number of sections. These will go relatively quick. So, the movie information. Generation X is a television pilot directed by Jack Shoulder that aired on Fox on February 20th, 1996. It was later broadcast as a television film. It is based on the Marvel Comics comic book series of the same name, a spinoff of the X-Men franchise. It was produced by New World Entertainment and Marvel Entertainment Group. And then there's a breakdown of the plot, which I don't want to read. Do you guys want me to read the plot?
No, don't spoil it.
Okay. All right, so production information, so the development. Some changes were made to the characters in the development of the film. Jubilee Lee, for example, was not portrayed as a character of Asian descent, despite the X-Men comics and broadcast series having portrayed her as Chinese American. 2 new characters, Buff and Refrax, were created to replace characters from the comics. Producer Eric Blakeney had wanted to include Chamber, but his powers would have been too expensive to produce on the film's budget. Refrax was created to replace Chamber, who had his chest and the lower half of his face destroyed when his powers emerged. I think we've mentioned Chamber before, but essentially, if you've never seen Chamber before, he is this sort of like living furnace with this like kind of plasma fire kind of thing going on. And yeah, he does not have a lower half of his face, and his entire chest looks like an open fireball.
He's cool as heck.
Yeah, he's fucking badass. Buff was created to replace Husk, Husk would shed her skin to reveal another sort of skin layer that had like powers associated with it. So she might tear off her skin and she'd have like metal skin underneath it, like Colossus or something like that. So yeah, I can imagine like having a TV show budget and having someone rip their fucking skin off being a little difficult.
Yeah.
All right, these are the locations that were filmed. The mansion used for the Xavier Institute is Hatley Castle, which was also used as Xavier's school in the films X2, X-Men United, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Days of Future Past, Deadpool, X-Men Apocalypse, and Deadpool 2. It was also served as the Luthor family mansion on the television series Smallville and the Queen family mansion in the early seasons of the television series Arrow. Filming also took place in a shut-down mental institution and a big abandoned factory. So essentially, if you need to have a superhero mansion, go to Hatley Castle.
That's really cool that like they've kind of, I don't know if they did it on purpose or whatever, but they've kept that castle like through all most of the X-Men films. Yeah, a lot of surprising. Yeah.
And the last section here is the release. Generation X was broadcast on Fox as part of the Fox Tuesday Night at the Movies on February 20th of 1996. Just before the release, the TV special was testing the waters for a series of TV movies instead of a TV series. Plans to develop a syndicated series that would air on the same night as popular sci-fi thriller The X-Files were abandoned. So I guess that was the original intent, Dylan, is to have a show that would accompany The X-Files.
To go back to your earlier question, though, I think that Generation X I thought it was a really cool team full of like really interesting characters. Like that, I think, is the most important thing for a comic, is to have the characters be really distinct and really interesting. You know, they need that. That's really important. And I think that, while we understand why Chamber isn't in the show, Chamber was one of my favorite characters from Generation X just because of how interesting a character he is. I feel like there's so much they could do with that guy. Yeah. And instead, they were like, we'll just make him Apocalypse and then forget about it. You know, like that's not good writing, you know.
Well, and I say that with a Marvel Legends Chamber figure behind me, actually. But yes, I would agree. Yeah, they made a Chamber figure not too long ago. And actually, there was in the 90s, there was a Generation X action figure line that came out around the same time as the X-Men cartoon. Now, I don't know if they made the action figure line just independent of itself because like all X-Men stuff was selling, or if they like had this idea that this television show was going to come out, so they were like, well, we'll go ahead and release some figures of the characters.
I just googled the little figure. He looks really cool.
Are you
He looks a
looking at
little
the
bit like he's got
Marvel
a beard,
Legends?
though.
The Marvel
Yeah.
Legends figure? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Or
looks a little bit like
or
he's
the
got a
old one.
beard.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's kind of hard to make living fire into a plastic form.
Yeah, well, you know.
John, what's your experience in Generation X like?
I have zero experience with them. Like, I'm pretty sure I watched this movie way back in the day. I have zero recollection of it. And yeah, all I know is basically it's Emma Frost basically doing her own school for gifted mutants.
Did you read the
And-
comic?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was to kind of feel like it from what I remember, because I also saw this back in '96 when I was 9. What I remember is it was fairly accurate to the basic plotline Generation X, in that it's Banshee, who was one of the all new X-Men, and Emma Frost, who at that point had been like a recurring villain for the X-Men. It was sort of the beginning of her like turning face, essentially, starting up like their school and for Xavier to help guide these young characters. So it was like just as much about like an Emma Frost redemption as it was about these other characters. Because before then, in the New Mutants comic, she had her own school of characters, of like teenage characters called the Hellions, and then they all got fucking wiped out by, was it the Marauders that wiped out the Hellions?
I think so. That sounds.
Yeah,
that
they
sounds
all
familiar.
died. I remember that, because that was like a very big part of her redemption arc. Was like, you know, it was all fun and games with these like her own little evil school of children, and then they all died.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So John, another question I'm going to ask you is, how many movies have you watched so far?
I am now up to 283.
So this is going to be 284.
Yep.
So we're contributing to this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to follow Japanese Spider-Man rules. We all have the video pulled up on YouTube. Again, it's on Retro Channel, but I just searched Generation X pilot, brought me right to the very first result. So it looks like it's in good. It looks like it's in good condition. Like it looks super clear. We're gonna have the closed captions on, so we can kind of still talk amongst ourselves as we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just gonna have a countdown. We're gonna hit play, and then we're just gonna let it happen.
That means if you guys want to watch along as well and listen to our commentary over the top, just hit play on your YouTube whenever we hit 3, 2, 1, go, and you can play along too.
Yep.
Record your own commentary and then totally post it, and we'll absolutely listen to it.
Yep. Which is funny because very famously, that's Riff Tracks that has been doing that, and we're about to watch a show with Refrax.
No,
Oh.
we are the first persons to ever
We're
come
the
up with
first
this.
people who've ever done a watch along.
Yeah.
Because we did it with Spider-Man. That was ages ago,
Yeah.
right? That
That was
must
over
be,
a year ago.
yeah.
yeah.
So we got to be the first ones to do it.
Yeah. Which I do really want to go back to watching some more Japanese Spider-Man, just because of it was like super quick and it was so fucking weird.
It was crazy. If you're listening to this and you haven't seen the Japanese Spider-Man episode, go back and listen to that. It's really
yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Everything you
It's so
thought
funny.
you knew about Spider-Man is completely wrong.
Mhm.
You
Like
change your
how he
life.
got his powers, what his fucking name is.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that show.
There's a ton going on. All right, guys, we're gonna do a countdown, 3 to 1, and after 1 we'll hit play. All right.
Do we play on 1 or on go?
We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, go, and we'll hit it on go.
Okay.
Cool.
John, you want to count us down?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
See, that's why I wanted John to do it. He has that professional presenter voice.
Yeah, it sounded really good. You know, this is a New World Entertainment production.
New World Entertainment.
John, you do it.
New World Entertainment.
See?
I can just imagine, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash coming out.
Yeah.
This is going to start out like a really bad term paper. Webster's Dictionary defines mutation as
The act of being altered or changed. Oh, the illegal genetic condition first apparent in puberty. I didn't know about that. When did that happen?
Is this a fetus?
Oh my god. That's what all life mutates look like?
Oh, we did this earlier with the reaching out. John got it. Thank you.
I wasn't wearing a glove though.
See, that's what I thought I heard, but it was actually your
Yeah.
Xbox.
It might have been my Xbox. We're not explaining that on the show.
Yo.
So what is actually going on here? What are they doing to this guy?
I assume that this is a mutant. Yeah, look at his little claw
his
hand.
He's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
So they're like, we gotta fuck this guy up.
Oh, there's
there's
our
Matt
boy.
Frewer,
Yeah.
Max Headroom himself. Fun fact, he was also Moloch in Watchmen.
Indeed.
Guys, you're not allowed to
Who are these
experiment
cool
with people.
guys?
You gotta stop touching the mutants.
So why was
Fair
that
enough.
kid just lying on the gurney waiting to have his head
Yeah.
sawn open?
Are they not gonna like untie the kid? They're like, no, we're gonna arrest this guy.
I think that's supposed to be Emma Frost, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, that would explain a lot.
Uh-oh.
She's making a face.
But you know that if you have telepathic powers, the only way to do it is to make a face and make your arms raise
When
up.
you have telepathic power, you can make lightning happen.
It blows air into your face.
Have they
Makes your
got it
hair
mixed
look
up
all
with
cool.
Storm?
Did you notice that like her hair, like most of her hair, like kind of waves around, but her fringe stays perfect. Doesn't move. Look, it's pissed
Close
off.
in on Matt Frewer's face.
The circle feed out.
You know, the Generation X logo even looks like the X-Files logo.
Did I say 5 years earlier or 5 years later?
5 years later.
Okay. Who are these guys?
The one with the curly hair is supposed to be Skin.
Okay.
He's heading to the Xavier School.
What about the
Bumper
other
Robinson.
guy?
That's a great name.
What was it?
Bumper
Bumper.
Robinson.
Bumper Robinson. He was in Futurama.
Really?
Yeah, I think he did Hermes Kid, the voice of Hermes Kid.
Oh, no kidding.
I think so. Bumper Robinson, I know. I'm pretty sure he's in Futurama. I've definitely heard that name before. You don't forget a name like that, right?
No, you really don't. So here's Xavier abducting these children.
Dude, it's totally legal if they're mutants. It's a loophole
here we go.
for anyone.
Here we go. I remember this scene very clearly. There he is.
Shit! My fucking arm.
Wow, what a dick his sister is.
Yeah, I love how she's smiling like she's like, I know exactly what I did.
It looked like it was painful. Oh, Scott Lobdell. That's a writer I was thinking of. A controversial figure he is.
What did he do?
Oh, people just didn't really care for some of the decisions he made writing Red Hood and the Outlaws during the New 52.
Oh, did we talk about that?
I don't think we did.
Oh. Well, not yet. Or the dream device.
That's a great fucking suit. Fruber does sometimes come across as kind of a poor man's Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of like the same kind of comedy beats and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, he's really chewing up the scenery. He definitely does voice acting too.
You can tell, like his voice is kind of going up and down a lot.
This is a tie-in to Virtual Fighter, just so you guys know.
Oh, I was just about to say, I cannot believe they're
There
shilling
is a
Virtua
tie-in.
Fighter. My goodness, this definitely was 1996, wasn't it?
Yep. Oh, I forgot he was also an episode of Star Trek. Yeah, he did voices for Gargoyles and Aladdin, and Pink Panther and shit. Oh, he was the leader. That's who he was. From Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk.
There it is.
There's the tie.
There it is.
Virtua Fighter.
I think that's supposed to be Jubilee. I mean, I just remember the 90s where we all had like black light lipstick.
I still have it. Oh, I remember you could smoke in arcades.
I feel like he shouldn't be hanging around these teenagers.
Listen, man, what's the problem with a weird old creepy dude hanging out with a bunch of young, potentially dangerous children?
Yeah, so that's I guess they can't see him.
Is he allowed to do that? Is he inside the cabinet?
Yes. Everyone knows the final boss of Virtual Fighter is supposed to be Matt Frewer. He was
big fucking head.
Holy shit. Well, there's Jubilee's fireworks powers.
Do you see he's standing in front of a X-Men cabinet?
Yes, he is.
That's clever. So in this universe, the X-Men is also a video game.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
What a dick move.
Yeah, that seems weird to go up to, instead of like chasing after the girl, he just goes up to somebody else and goes, "Hey, I want to talk to that girl." And you're like, "All right, go get her, right? Go find her." What are you talking to me for?
Yep, that's what a 15-year-old girl looks like. Emma Frost.
Oh my god. In her lovely nightgown.
It's silk. That way, it's expensive.
Guys, when we're writing the script,
is there Cerebro?
Is there any way we could write this to like show Emma Frost like a lot of boobies? Can we do that? Maybe write a scene where she's a bed or something. Something to think about.
That's a big prison.
I like how she said she thinks she's a mutant.
Yeah, right. Man, parents just don't understand.
What do you want me to do? Your dad's busy killing other mutants.
Now let's judge this accent.
Can we do a thing where we have like Banshee's tits sitting out?
Yep.
It's not great.
Apparently, it's the same guy who voiced Banshee in the animated series as well.
Does that sound like him?
Yeah, it was a pretty bad accent in that too.
I don't remember. I haven't seen the animated show in a long time, but I kind of like craned over, leaned into my laptop to hear that Irish accent, and not so good. Not great.
I recognize that guy from something.
He looks kind of like Michael McKean.
Yeah.
Is that where you're getting it?
Maybe.
Yeah, he does. You know, so this is the 90s because everything is like lit in very cool colors. Like, did this police station not pay the power bill?
Yeah, they put all their power bills into the green lighting outside it.
Oh, see, he said we, so that's how you know he's Irish.
Oh,
You're
that's how
always saying we. Yeah, Dylan, you're always saying we.
I am. I do say it a lot. I don't know if I've said it in the show, but I do say it a lot.
She's actually very modestly dressed for her to make a stripper comment, but I guess I can see like if some woman comes up to you wearing chrome white like pants.
Mm-hmm.
It is a weird outfit for a stripper to be wearing. It seems hard to strip that off. You know what I mean? Am I thinking about that too much?
Now I know this is like a pilot, so they got to get to the point very quick. But like they are giving her the hard sell. Like seconds later, they found out they're sending her daughter to a concentration camp.
But also, she's right. She's like, why would I give my daughter to two weird freakos?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just showed up.
Yeah. Hey, your daughter's in prison. I can help you with that. Oh, that's all right. Take her. You know? Oh my
Perfect.
goodness.
Perfect.
Holy shit.
Hootie and Blowfish.
Yeah,
I actually like that. I wish it would looked a bit better, but that whole bit where she's pretending that they're in the different outfits, I think that looked pretty good. It's a good idea. It didn't look good, but it's a good idea.
He is laying that accent on real fucking thick.
This is real bad.
Dylan, are you offended as an Irishman?
Not offended because I've heard plenty of American people do bad Irish accents, but
yeah,
it's one of those things where like and it's okay for us because we're not actors, right? But if you hear other people doing, if you say, "Oh, do an American accent" or do a British accent, then you're like, "What part of America are you doing an accent of?" Right? Do you know what I mean? Like what? Because there's so many different accents, and it's the same in the UK. There's so many different accents. Like what? Whenever you say you're doing an English accent, what does that mean? Are you doing a London accent, like a Liverpool accent, like Newcastle accent? What are you doing? And it's the same over here. There's so many different accents. So when you hear something like that, you're like, what part of Ireland does he think he's? You know, well, where exactly is he? You know what I mean? Because like wrestling wise, let's say, Sheamus sounds very different from Finlay. You know what I mean? Neither of those men sound like this. Right? Sheamus sure as fuck does not sound like this man.
No. Like I said, it's real thick.
Because Sheamus is from Dublin. Finn Balor is from Wicklow. Also does not sound like this man.
So hang on a sec. They asked the mum for permission to take Jubilee to their school. The mum said no, so they were like, "Well, fuck it, let's just abduct her from prison anyway." And here we are.
Here we are.
Because that shows you what kind of characters Banshee and Emma Frost are. They're like a little bit renegade, but they're still trying to do the right thing. You know what I mean?
So some people can just voluntarily go like Skin, and other people can't like Jubilee.
Yeah, some people have to be arrested.
Some people have to get abducted.
Yeah,
Skin just signed up.
but funny enough, they both travel in the same bus.
Oh my God, he's worn a big blue suit, a big red suit, and a big yellow suit. What is his wardrobe?
I do. You know what? He may be like a budget Jim Carrey, but it's the same thing with Jim Carrey. You can't take your eyes off him.
No, I love Matt Frewer. I guess he's one of my favorite character actors.
It's fun to watch. And it's a good, like, refreshing kind of character to have in this. You know, like everybody else is trying to be so like super serious. Like, this is a very important thing we're dealing with. We're talking about child abduction here. And he's just like, I'm gonna go into dreams. You know?
Why not abduct more children?
I'm not sure what his plan is. He's like, I can go into people's dreams, and then what?
I think it's about manipulating people through their dreams.
So try to make people like. Does that work for like you guys? You've had dreams, right? Have you ever woke up and go, well, now I have to act out the thing that happened in my dream?
Oh, all the time.
Well, yeah, but I think it's a little more complicated than that.
Oh, like what?
Like, I go back to school and start doing my exams all over again.
What's up with this guy's tie as well? I'm just like so distracted by Frewer. I'm like, this is a businessman? What's that tie?
Wait, which guy? That guy?
The boss character.
Yeah, I like his shirt. He's got some style. You gotta admire that guy.
It's bold for him to be doing like a budget Jim Carrey wearing a big yellow suit in the 90s. People are just thinking the mask, especially with that green lighting hitting him in the face. Holy shit.
Again, coincidence? Probably not.
Probably not.
People like the mask. They like Jim Carrey. They probably like mutants. They love child abduction. Put it in the film.
Yep.
They're gonna love Emma Frost tits. Put them in. You know what I mean? Although we didn't really see, you saw more Banshee's tits, I guess. So like, tits of any persuasion. Put them in.
Get him in. We want to see him.
People in the 90s, they just love tits, and you know what? I don't blame them. Sorry, I spat on your shoulder, dude.
Yeah, sorry I drooled over you.
But I got abducted, so
Hey everyone, I'm Irish. In case you forgot,
I'm Irish.
I'm fucking Irish.
Oh, this is fun.
I had a feeling it would be when I was like, oh, that's right. Banshee's in this. I bet Dylan's going to have fucking fun with this.
Oh, we still got another R of this guy's wonderful accent.
Yep. There's Emma Frost. She's wearing a corset. We're good to go.
Finally. Are you okay with this abducting you? All right, step over this machine and like look directly into it, and then don't question what it is whatsoever. Why would Frankenstein live in America?
He's also a mutant.
Wait, Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster?
Both.
He had the power of supreme intellect.
Yeah, Dr. Frankenstein had the power to bring people back from the dead, and Frankenstein's power was to be back from the dead. Oh, she has to. Oh, we're doing naked stuff here. Here we go.
She's 15.
She's 15. She's 15. Yep. We need to get the full body scan. Go ahead and take your clothes off in front of us. It ain't no big deal.
Like that guy's face whenever he's like, you gotta get naked. He's like, I'm gonna see some like 15-year-old tits.
Whoa. Yes, we are.
Hello.
She's 15 again.
This was a TV movie?
This was a TV movie. This was a pilot.
Hot damn. What did she just do?
She put like...
Emma Frost, she just tapped a little silver
Don't
thing
look,
against
you
her.
pervert.
Yeah, you're getting your tits out too.
Oh, here's our other mutants.
Who the fuck are these people? Or were these the new chamber and
Yeah, that's the new chamber.
That guy?
Mondo.
Oh, my meat Paris, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like Cyclops.
Now, Chamber was not a dickhead. He was a depressed guy.
I do like how he made a joke about seeing through her pantyhose, and a moment ago
Well,
we
he's got
saw her,
Wolverine
her
on his shirt,
tits.
guys. Wolverine's on his shirt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, your skin stretches? Well, let's see how well you play football. Corey, is this an accurate representation of American football?
Yep, it's about right.
Why didn't he stretch his arms up?
I mean, he's doing it right now. Apparently, it
I don't
hurts
know.
like hell.
Oh, he is, I guess.
Uh,
That is a beautiful shot. I really like that. You know, I'm gonna give this film a couple of slaggins for
There you
its
go.
low budget, but that camera shot with him with the big arm was beautiful.
oh.
That was
It's
less
Banshee's power.
beautiful. Oh, I don't like
I
it.
also really did like Banshee in the comic book series as well.
Do you like this Banshee as much?
I have to tell you, he's got to grow it on me in a weird way. I'm like looking at all these characters. I'm like, man, the villain and Banshee are the most likable ones so far.
I gotta say right now, if you're watching this, if anybody else is watching this along with us, and by now Banshee is one of your favorite characters, something's gone wrong with the show.
Mhm.
Like how bad are the other guys?
We're also just seeing this girl in her underwear, which again, I think she's supposed to be like 15, 16 years old.
Is that M? Who's this supposed to be?
I think she's supposed to be M, yes.
Okay.
I mean, she kind of has the personality.
It seems like it. They're trying to make her seem like a smart character. Am I bragging to you? You want to see my tits? Everybody else is showing them.
Oh.
Is it you? Are you the last person I should mess with?
It's the guy with laser eyes.
Looks a bit like Lane Staley.
That's what
I was gonna say he
thinking.
looks kind of like. I was thinking he looked like Spike from Buffy.
No, he looks
Or
like
a
Lane
little like Billy
Staley.
Idol.
Whenever
Yeah.
they did the unplugged, Lane Staley was wearing sunglasses like halfway through it. That's what he looks
Okay,
like.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. And then he takes the sunglasses off, and you can see like, oh, dude, put the sunglasses back on. Like,
We got casual racism so far in this as well. That guy's being a total dick to Skin.
I mean, we've had pretty much like we've hit a lot of buttons so far, right?
We have an
Casual-
underage nudity, child abduction, and
underage
subtle
nudity.
racism.
Regular nudity, Jim Carrey, casual racism, Wolverine. This is the 90s. Lane Staley. We've hit everything.
There've been 2 X-Men references within the same thing.
Virtua
Yeah,
Fighter.
that's the X-Men mention. Holy shit.
There weren't so many ducks. I said it though. Are you shitting me? There's only one bathroom.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Let's all just hang outside the bathroom where the lady is. She won't mind.
So that's an 80-yard line.
Is that? I thought his power. I thought the seeing through clothes bit was a joke. I thought
think it
his power
is.
was looking
Ooh.
like.
Oh.
Oh, there's the tits.
Why is his powers? His powers hurt the shit out of him.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't it hurt if your tits were stretchy?
It kind of reminds me a little bit of that episode of Venture Brothers where they meet like their version of the Fantastic Four, and the one guy can like light himself on fire like a human torch, but it hurts.
I haven't seen that. Mutant readings of level 3. What are the different levels? Also, is she teaching a class on psychic power? That's a jerking off reference. Add that to the list.
Jerking off reference to an underage boy.
from an adult lady.
From this teacher, which I feel like is a crime. That's a crime right there.
Who has not changed her clothes in like 3 days.
They got the one outfit.
It's the same
It's
outfit.
one of those like secret image things. You got to cross your eyes and then uncross them in order to see the thing.
Yeah, it's a sailboat.
Yeah.
Is this really how you determine who a mutant is?
I think they're trying to figure out who has psychic powers.
Okay, right. Because I was like, why would Emma Frost be teaching a class on being a psychic to people that might not be psychics? But also, those other guys have already been here for ages, so like, she would already know if they're psychic or not, right?
Yeah.
Why are they here? Just hanging out?
Yep.
They just really like Emma Frost for some reason. I don't know why.
That has to be a wig, by the way.
It does look weird, doesn't it? There's just something about it. Now you've said that, I can't stop looking at it.
Mutant metaphysics.
Who wrote that book? Beast? Who said this place feels like a jail? Because somebody was already going to jail, and now they're not. Now they're here. So what's the difference?
Hold on, we just started talking about AIDS.
Yeah, but on the list.
Now he can control his eye beams, so the sunglasses are unnecessary. He's just a dick.
Right, it's not like Cyclops, where like if you just take them off, it's uncontrollable.
Yeah, exactly.
He very clearly focused it on the TV.
Everyone seems cool with him blowing up the TV as well.
Again, in the
drinking
90s.
wine?
Dude, hey.
It's different. It's legal over there for you guys.
I don't think you can drink wine at 15.
Not as far as I'm aware.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't believe that.
I thought it was different in Europe.
I think it's different in France, not.
And he's
over
21
in the UK.
here.
Can I just say though, for the record, I don't know about John, I was absolutely drinking alcohol at 15.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I was not.
Well, that's because you're a good boy.
I was straight edge.
Me and John are degenerates, you know. You were CM Punk. We were Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah.
John, you can choose.
He's not doing a great job of alerting people of there being problems.
It's his first day.
I mean,
He's
it's
like,
a
what do
lot
I
of
do?
responsibility, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, what button do I press to alert people? Do I write it down? What do I do?
His name is Kurt Pastorius.
Yeah.
Why can't he stretch his head?
Here, let's psychological torture. Looks
like you fucked it up, kid.
Let's give him PTSD for the rest of his life.
Your flanks were attacked. That's the problem. He goes from like the north to the south like really quickly. It's really funny. But if you've ever been here, there was a big difference between the north and the south accent, and he's for the most part he seems like a very vague southern accent.
That is a very sad library by the looks of it. It looks like it's just two bookshelves. All right, there's some more bookshelves. I was about to say, like, good lord.
But yeah, bookshelves that are like three bookshelves. This is what you got. At a small table.
So it sounds like that book that Emma Frost recommended earlier was one that she wrote.
That's in character.
Oh, because I wondered like who exactly is the special person who's writing books about mutants. It makes sense that Emma Frost would recommend her own book. To give credit to these guys, that totally makes sense.
That's actually like really well in character for her to be like, you got to read this book. It's also true to the college experience.
And also very true to Emma Frost. It's also really thick. I don't think she wrote that whole thing.
It's like a phone book.
Yeah. There's no fucking way she wrote that. No offense,
for
Emma
those
Frost.
younger listeners, a phone book was a thing that has the names and phone numbers of people. I don't think they do that anymore.
Years ago, we used to have to wonder who we wanted to call and then
how to call
look it up in a big book and then dial that number into a rotary phone, which was like a circle thing, and you did one number at a time, and then you lifted the phone off the hook and put it to your face. It was a whole thing.
This seems like very like, was it Shadow King that had like a whole dream thing?
Yeah.
Is it a little? It's vaguely Shadow King. I'm loving this guy's office.
Again, though, to your point, who was lighting this stuff?
It's a 90s, man.
Why would you make an office like this and go, hey, man, whenever you're putting the lights in, just make them fucking weird?
Yeah, I want a green one. I want a red one. I want a blue one.
Purple.
Put them in opposite corners, so in the middle of the room, it looks like a fucking Skittle disaster.
But do me a favor. Like, make them just random depending on the time of day.
Make sure my screensaver is a rotating brain.
That's really important. I need that. Also, put an apple in the middle of the room so I can play with it.
I want him to hit him with the apple. I think that'd just be out of fucking nowhere, just like beam him right in the middle of the forehead with it.
Yeah.
Oh, he called Emma Frost a slut.
I don't know what happened in your caption, but from my caption, it did not write the word slut.
It did not either.
Okay.
That's a bad word.
All right. It's good to see that now, away from the 90s, times have changed. So, I've been watching this so far. It's been fun. I'm not totally sure what's going on.
Is that a mirror? What the fuck?
Is he doing a light up lipstick? What are you waiting for?
Taking a wee little drive.
Taking a wee drive, are we?
Tiny wee drive. Har.
He shrinks down to a leprechaun, starts doing the river dance. Like, yeah. That's America for you. It'd be really cool if we could drive ourselves. Well, it'd be really cool, but you're not legally allowed to drive, you fucking dick. And he punches him in the face,
Yeah, harpies.
Oh. This is...
The car keys has an X keychain on it, by the way. I just noticed that.
That's a nice touch, too. That's the car?
Massive. Shit. They could fit 3 people in the front seat.
Jesus Christ. Guys, we spent all the money on the big mansion, so...
What is that hat?
That's not a hat. That's part of my head. Please have some respect. Look at this fashion. Purple or blue?
No, both at the same time.
Oh my god.
That's what she's doing.
You're crazy.
Now, mind you, she's self-conscious about her body because apparently her muscles are constantly like fluctuating. So, are we going to see another underage girl naked?
Yeah,
Here we go.
Apparently so.
Jesus Christ, it's Nicole Bass.
Don't look at my tits.
Knock on what? It's a curtain.
That's really good. When has there ever been a door and it changed?
Oh, this is my favorite magazine.
She's a babe. She's a babe, dude.
Oh, he groped her. Isn't that great?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
go
touched a
on.
girl when you touched a girl and she didn't give you permission to. Yeah.
Yeah, but we should also remind you that once again she's totally underage. We got her.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do about that? Gonna call the
I
cops?
feel-
I don't think so. Dude, stop staring at us. Go back. Get that guy that can see through our pants. I like that guy.
He only claimed he could see through your pants.
It's a weird superpower to have, isn't it?
To claim to eat through. Are we having an eating contest? I don't get what this is about. Isn't this like how you guys show how tough you are where you're from? You just try to eat food the quickest way possible?
While staring at other people, yeah.
Yeah.
Intimately.
Yeah.
And also, you have to make a really weird face when you eat it. You can't just like eat it. You have to be really fucking weird about it.
So far, Mondo has been the least likable of the kids, including the girl that was like kind of bragging about being a bitch. Which I think checks out because I thought Mondo was like a villain in the Generation X comic.
Yeah, I don't really understand. So wait, Mondo's the guy with the glasses, right?
No, that's Refrax.
Okay, cool. All right.
Mondo's the guy who just throws out casual racism.
Well, they're both assholes.
And no,
right?
to be frank, Skin is being really creepy right now. He is straight up following that girl.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all terrible. Hey, you fucking prick. You see your tits?
I thought for a second the guy was gonna be really cool and be like, "Hey, you keep following our friends around and it's getting really uncomfortable for them. Can you just knock it off?" But instead, they're gonna do a humiliation bit.
Dude, it's the 90s. Add that to the list.
And they're clearly jocks as well. You can't trust jocks.
No, with their Letterman jackets.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
That they all wear the same ones, so you know they're all together. They're all on the same team. Why should I wear their
remember,
hat?
you can't use your powers. You just have to be humiliated.
Yeah, well, what parts would he use? The part that like stretch his arms, stretch his arm towards the door, and then walk out the door. Like, what would he do? Chamber, that counts, right? That's a shout out.
It's a cameo.
If somebody just name drops Husk, we're good.
People don't know that his first name was Security, so
yeah, Security Chamber.
Security Chamber. I like how he said he's taken a lot of abuse since he's been here. How many people have seen your tits?
Yeah.
The dudes aren't looking through your
getting
clothes.
the shit bullied out of him this whole time, hasn't he?
The dudes aren't looking through his clothes. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love that weird keyboard.
It's very 90s as well.
It's like those giant mouses that have like a trackball at the thumb.
Yeah. The really weird looking ones that like look so unwieldy. You're like, how could anybody in the world fucking use this?
Oh, it's a floppy disk. Man, we're fucking going.
Oh my god. Put that on the list. This is the most 90s thing in the world. Can we get some Rage Against the Machine in here?
He just put his credit card in there. He's paid $5 for this room.
Yeah. It costs you to go into the room. Wait.
Oh, he found the desk chair.
Yeah, so they have the Dream Machine. The Dream Machine is in the mansion. Yeah?
That seems to be the case.
Oh, that's a small version of it.
Yeah.
So did this guy make the Dream Machine?
He also apparently made Virtual Fighter.
They love
and
Virtual
something
Fighter.
called and Slick Lips, which is apparently lipstick, and did they say Cool Guy cigarettes?
It's just a Strong Guy cigarette.
Coffin cigarettes. Okay.
But I don't understand. Like, didn't he say he was the inventor of the Dream Machine?
Yes, I think so.
So why is the Dream Machine in the mansion?
I think it's going to be revealed that Emma Frost technically designed it and he stole it.
Oh, you know what? That checks out.
See,
But
as somebody who
but then
does
she
work
stole it
in a
back?
corporate environment, this is exactly what it's like. Whenever I have to present data, I put on my brightest red suit, my loudest shirt, and I just walk around doing a Jim Carrey impersonation.
Just
Ladies
talking
and
about
gentlemen.
dreams.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Strong Guy cigarettes. Are you impressed?
So yeah, no, it's a marketing thing.
But
That's
is
always a
this
bad sign in the presentation when somebody asks, "What's your point?"
Is this what you do? Like you walk
Yeah.
around and go, listen, man, don't ask me what I do. What I do is I kill motherfuckers like you. All right?
They're subconscious.
See?
I jab an executive in the forehead. Just
So
like
he's
that.
a mutant, is he? Did
No,
he just
no,
like use
he's
his
not.
power?
No, he's not a mutant. He's just because he hates mutants. They
But
established
I
that
thought he
pretty
was.
early.
When he did that, the hand on the head, I thought he was using his power to like shut that guy down.
No, he's just being a dick.
Oh, well, I mean, he could do both.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's the second time he's been told to get to the point.
That's got a sting.
So he's gonna make them shit themselves?
Yes.
10 o'clock. I like how the guy was like, "Is this supposed to be funny?" I'm like, "Do you think that's funny?"
Yes.
Do
I
you
think he did
I
say
think-
yes.
Do you think 8 people shitting themselves at once is funny?
I mean, it is
Because
pretty
it's-
funny.
Because it's the 90s. That's what we love to see.
Is it a big sound effect?
Oh, please.
Yep.
Please.
Oh, some of them are burping.
She gets points for actually making the noise. Why did he say gentlemen? There's a lady there. Okay, I'm confused. How did he do that?
So he oh man, this is really 90s too. The little
That is very
spinning
90s.
machine.
Fucking
There's a rock climbing wall.
lawnmower man.
Is this the Danger Man or the Danger Room?
Danger man.
Yes, it is.
No, whoa. How did he make them shit themselves?
He used the machine. He lets them go into people's dreams, and he can make suggestions in their dreams.
So he
basically
has a
plants
copy of
ideas.
the. I'm kind of confused. So he has a copy that he stole from Emma Frost, and then Emma Frost made her own dream machine.
I'm guessing that's the case.
Yeah.
And
That's why he hates Emma Frost so much.
But
dream
if he
machine.
has, if
So
he
go
has a
ahead.
dream machine where he can make people do whatever he wants, why is he making them fart rather than like giving him all
Because
of
he's
their
a
money?
capitalist, I
Right.
guess. I don't know.
No, but if he is a capitalist, why would he make them fart instead of just making them do what he wants them to do? Right? He could make us all fart.
And dangerous.
we can't mess with this guy.
Bam. He's your loose cannon,
He's a
Bam.
loose cannon.
Brian Pillman's here.
Just like your balls, Bob.
Get him, Bab.
He's got off the T-pen. I'll strangle him in his sleep. Oh, different background.
Oh, because he's in a dream now.
Oh, it looks like
He's
he's
in
fucked
his
up.
pajamas.
Now you're asleep. And I will kill you. Via farts. Like, again, I think this is a good idea and like it's shot well. But like, I'm a little confused. Is he dreaming this whole scenario?
No, I think the dream just started. Like, I think it was a smash
But they
cut.
just
kinda
showed him
thing.
in his bed.
Yeah, he's dreaming now. He's asleep.
Right, but did he dream this entire?
No, he's dreaming this part now.
Yes.
So after the farts, they all just went home.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, it
fuck?
was just a smash cut for the transition.
Oh, we're farting. We better go home. I can't. I gotta go.
See, now this is a beat from Batman Forever because when Edward Nygma goes crazy, he kills his boss,
Yes.
who was also played by a famous character actor, I believe Ed Begley Jr.
Oh, yes.
That's what I was thinking. That's what that's what you were talking about, the Jim Carrey thing. That's That is exactly
Oh.
from fucking Batman.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Yes.
I think that shot is
Wow.
where most of the budget went.
And Batman Forever also had a little machine that went over your brain and involved your dreams.
When did Batman Forever come out?
Was it 95, I think?
I think
so.
This is
A year
96?
before this? Yeah. I'm gonna take a
Wow.
look real quick.
Can you imagine these guys writing that script and then seeing that film and go, fuck.
95, yeah. Jesus Christ. Batman,
They're like,
1995.
They're like, we've already started filming and they made this film. God damn. We got the fart bit and everything. God damn.
No, we didn't have a fart. They didn't have the fart bit in Batman Forever. All right, make it longer.
No, I'm being the guys who made this film. They're looking at Batman Forever and going, fuck, dude, they did all the bits we're gonna do. They got Jim Carrey, they got the guy falling out the window. What can we do that's different? I know. We'll have a bunch of guys sitting around farting on each other. Because the Dream Machine, like you said, is pretty similar to the Enigma machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like an actual
He's stealing.
shot
Yeah,
from
he's
that.
stealing. He's stealing the thoughts of those other guys, right? It's very, very similar. All right, new quiz. What do you guys like better, this film or Batman Forever? I
mean,
like the hook
okay,
on the nose. I like the thing on the nose because like we
I
gotta
don't
get
think
the
it's supposed to
smell,
be.
too.
I think it's supposed to just be in front of her face, and it just looks like it's on her nose.
We gotta get the nose. We gotta get the smell. That's very important. Is this her house?
Are they on a webcam shot?
What the
I
hell?
love that. It's like a photo, right? Like a photo frame.
Yeah.
If it's a photo frame, I love it. If it's a webcam, I like it less. I like this, like the astral plane. Do you believe in hiding? Is that what he said?
I think he was asking where she's been hiding.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because he saw her in the arcade, and she's like the perfect test specimen for him.
Right, he's like hunting her down. So is that the astral plane or is that like a dream?
That's a dream world.
Okay. I do like how they kept the same kind of visual concept for it. Next time, go somewhere fun. Yeah, let me tell my dreams at you, motherfucker.
Mhm.
Like when you go to bed, like today I'd like to have a fun dream. You know, not one where I get stabbed 17 times, please. You do the nose bit.
So I am so confused about like Angelo's character. It's like he's like the misfit amongst the misfits, but he's also weirdly pushy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh no, he's creepy. He's spying on a girl in
Oh,
his dreams.
Jeez.
More tits. But his face says, I didn't want this. But his heart says, this is exactly what I wanted.
Good Lord, he is so over the top.
That's a great shot.
It's a
I
good shot.
really like that. Yeah, I really like that.
I mean, they have kind of used it a few times
Hey.
in the last 5 minutes.
But I really, I think
flaunt it.
exactly like the budget is small. They need to fill this up with stuff, and I think that's a really good way to like very simply put over like that kind of thing. You know, like the two silhouettes on the big dreamscape. I think it looks really good. Let's be honest. They need all the help they can get in this film.
Is he doing a Leslie Jordan impersonation?
I don't know what he's doing.
Here, I'm going to introduce you to in the dream world. Does she have any idea this is going on? Was she dreaming that she was brushing her own hair in her bedroom?
I guess.
Yeah, is she dreaming about this too?
Yeah, I guess so.
I had a dream and this weird guy in a suit just appeared.
Remember that creepy guy who was following me around the other day? I had a dream about him.
Yeah. And then they went away. Then they just stopped talking to me. Your skin tone seems rather muted.
Now, mind you, in the comics, Skin was like gray, and he was a little saggy because of the whole skin stretching powers.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wow, the cops just turned up to his fucking house.
Yeah. They were gonna arrest him, and they remember they had established like don't unplug someone from the dream machine, or they get lost.
And this is him getting lost, but you see it by Skin.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that tunnel shot as well. You saved me. You want to get married?
So now he's stuck here.
So he's stuck in the dream world.
Yeah. He seems pretty cool about it.
So he is basically the Shadow King then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seems
that's what I
like
was
it,
thinking.
A Jim Carrey
instead of
version.
astral plane, we're doing dream worlds.
Yeah.
Now I live here. Ta-da!
Yeah, see, he's like brain dead now.
He adapted to it super quickly.
Yeah, he's like catatonic now.
We can't arrest this guy if he's asleep.
You can't arrest this man if he's obviously in poor physical
Corey.
health.
Corey, let me ask you a question about
Yes.
American police.
Yeah,
Can they arrest a sleeping man?
absolutely.
Well, then this film is incorrect.
Maybe they couldn't in the 90s, but that was when Bill Clinton was president. So,
Dude, Clinton's
What
going to be
the-
like, whatever.
did she say she cosmically shit her pants?
She
Yeah, there
said
was a lot
she
of blanks.
cosmically shit her fucking pants.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the 90s.
How do you cosmically do that? Like, I know how you can physically do that. How do you cosmically do that? Do the stars do it? I'm very confused.
So our A storyline is Matt Frewer in the dream world. Our B storyline is Angelo pushing the dream machine stuff. Is this our C storyline? Is these two having a love
These two
arc?
fucking guys, yeah. Lane Staley and Courtney Love. I don't know who this is supposed to be.
Well, so this is Chamber and Husk, but not Chamber and Husk, which Chamber and
Right,
Husk
'cause-
did have a romance in the comics.
These are the new characters, right?
Yeah, these are the two new characters. And M and Mondo get to do fucking nothing.
Oh. It was Refrax and what's the girl's name?
Buff. Like
Buff.
Bagwell.
Jesus stuff. But you never see it because of her baggy clothes. Wow, here's some shit. What? So wait, is this? Who's this guy? Winking at
Is he the guy from I Think You Should Leave?
Yeah.
Jim Robinson?
Yeah. Looks a little like him.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Does seem very
I
much like him,
fucking
doesn't
shit.
it?
It does a little bit.
Corey, have you seen the one he does where he does the where he's singing the song?
Yes.
The skeletons come to life.
Yes.
Oh, that's the funniest
And,
one.
and their bones are their money.
So are the worms. They pull your hair up, but not out.
But not out.
John, if you don't know what we're talking about, that's do you know what we're talking about?
We lost him.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah. Have you
Okay.
seen that bit? Have you seen that one?
I've seen all of them, but I don't remember that bit.
Dude,
offhand.
it's so funny. That's my favorite sketch out of the whole lot. Where they're doing this like country song to a producer, and the guy's like, "I don't like this stuff," and the guitarist is like, "Hang on, I got this." So he turns to the other guys and goes, play along with me. We're gonna do a song in G. Just follow my lead. And the bassist is Tim Robinson, so he's like, "Oh, I'll follow your lead, all right." So the guitarist starts doing like a Jimmy Cash thing, like, then I went to town and I got on my horse, and then I saw the lady.
I shot that man.
Yeah, and then Tim Robinson's like, "And that's the day the skeletons came to town." Oh, it's so good. Look it up on YouTube. Anyway, there's more to this film.
Yep. So we got to see that M has super strength finally. She's getting pursued by greasers.
So her big show of strength was I can hit the big, because like no other woman could do that, right? It could only be a
still
super
being weird and creepy.
And this guy's also being creepy, but in a different way. Shit, didn't I see you in my dream? It's bonus time.
I feel like a total bitch.
I go. I'm writing down it's bonus. Corey,
Yeah.
Can you make the title of this episode? It's bonus time.
I mean, I named them after what you put in the thumbnail.
So, the Smark Avengers watch. It's bonus time.
The Smark Avengers watch Generation X. ... It's bonus time.
It's bonus time. What does that even mean?
I have no fucking clue.
It's bonus time. Well, okay,
do you feel
Corey,
like he's also laying his accent on really thick?
Yeah.
But again, like,
feels that way.
What accent is he trying to do?
Well, he's trying to do like sort of American Southwest a little bit.
Okay.
Is he? I thought he was like doing sort of like a exaggerated Mexican accent.
Like a Latino accent.
American Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah, like an Eddie Guerrero kind of like Rey Mysterio, like Latino but still like North America kind of thing.
Quit being creepy.
He's not. He's won the woman over. A woman wouldn't go out with a creepy guy.
We got more images just showing how strong she is. Remember how
Bam!
Banshee was like,
Wow.
"Hey, don't showcase your powers."
The problem was he said it in such a heavy accent they didn't understand what he said.
Hey, don't show your fucking powers.
Oh, they're in the car. The fucking car. Take your glasses off, babe. Let me see those laser eyes.
She feels like she's kissing Quentin
She's like,
Tarantino.
I'm kissing Quentin Tarantino? What does that mean? Does he wear sunglasses?
Jesus Christ, guys, calm down.
He's trying to eat her.
That's later.
That's his real mutant power.
After we see the tits.
I think you got that X-ray vision.
Yeah, I just saw something that made me super happy.
I saw your fucking buff back, dude.
It was your tits. I was super happy about it. But not gonna go because I've seen your tits.
Bye.
Like, why would he run away after seeing the tits? Hey, Jubilee, can I see your tits? Yeah, I'm only joking. I don't have to ask. I can just do it. Give me the details. I saw her tits. Then I walked away. What?
Hold on.
Oh.
Right?
I mean, it is a dick move to go to your friend and immediately start like, yeah, you are.
But he walked away.
And to be fair, it was the girl
wasn't
who
saying
wanted him
anything
to take the glasses off.
Yes, exactly. She wanted it, and then he freaked out. He walked away.
Yeah.
That's some kind of character development. Oh, it's these fucks. That's their team name. Whoa.
These are all men in
These
their
subtitles
30s.
are not great.
Oh man, hard R.
Oh! Put that on the list. I like how these guys are like, we're gonna fucking support our own. You know, we're gonna look after our boys. We hate them, but we
Yeah.
hate those other guys too.
Yeah.
Stop saying it. Oh, he called it pubed.
Then he broke
What
his
that means?
hand on his face.
It's a rumble. It's a rumble.
By God, I don't believe it.
I do like this
Okay,
visual
guys.
of M showing up with all these dudes who are holding stuffed animals that she won for them. That's fun.
Blah, blah, blah. Guys, who has a better brawling scene? This film or AEW?
I mean, it looked like they made physical contact on some of these people. That wig just got worse. This is bad lighting.
It's not great. I think it's a bad lighting. It doesn't look great. At least we got an Eddie Vedder shout out. That's a 90 thing. I don't know why they didn't go with Liam Sealy, but hey, we'll take it. I love how the guy that looks like Liam Sealy said he was Eddie Vedder, but you know what?
Yeah.
Just work it. Oh, Banshee's pissed.
I mean, he's been the nice teacher this whole time, and they took advantage of that niceness.
Has he?
I
feel like
he was like, oh, you can drive me car, drive me car to the store.
Oh, you can drive me car to the rainbow. I feel like up to this point though, there hasn't been a huge like really good dichotomy between those two guys. Like if this was real Emma Frost, there would be a lot more like manipulation stuff going on, and if this was really Banshee, there would be a lot more like him playing off Emma Frost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get that the whole point of this film is to
not
play
the focus
off
of the show. Yeah.
Yes, I understand that they're trying to show off the kids more than the adults, but I feel like with a character as strong as Emma Frost, you should show her off equally. Like she needs that kind of time, and then Banshee can bounce off that. You know what I mean? Because if you had that more,
one of the stars of that comic series was Banshee and Emma Frost like interplay.
Yes, that exactly. That's what I think is like a real necessary. And again, I know they're limited by like an hour and a half of TV show.
Now, are they saying like, oh, we're gonna expel you from the Xavier school because you used your powers? I feel like that would be like the wrong thing to do in this instance.
Yeah, because there's only 6 of you. So
Yeah.
if you all leave,
yeah.
we have no school. Also, where's Xavier? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Not important.
So here we're getting the good teacher, bad teacher vibe now, because she's like, all right, everybody's kicked out. Banshee's like, hold on now.
Some of you are kicked out. Some of you are kicked out. See, this is good. See, this, I like this.
Yeah. Well, especially because the villain's main problem is with her. Yes. I feel like we've not really gotten a lot out of her.
Yeah.
No. But also nothing about him and her like ever interacting. You understand like the villain hates Emma Frost, so he's going after her children. But how do you know children obviously is like metaphorically. I don't mean her biological children. I mean like
I reach these kids.
The people that she's raising in the house, right? I get that. But like you don't really understand how that guy knows that those children are being looked after by Emma Frost. Like there's a lot of like questions that haven't really been answered correctly here. And if that guy can go to people's sleeps and dreams and stuff, why isn't he going to Emma Frost dreams?
I think I think he has to find them. And I think he just doesn't know where she is. Like he found Jubilee and Angelo when they entered the dream machine. So there was like it was kind of like a spider in a web, like something interrupted the web, and that's where he knew where to
So
find them.
they have to go into the machine itself because the machine,
or not necessarily the machine itself, but he just has to know where they are.
but
Because
the machine,
like he found his
no,
boss.
because the machine is in the Xavier mansion, and so is Emma Frost.
Yeah.
So
But the
like,
machine was behind like a super
why
locked
wouldn't he
door.
therefore know that she is also there?
Well, I mean that's the thing is I don't think he knows physically where they are. He just knows when they enter his little dream world.
Right. So he doesn't know the actual location of the mansion.
Yeah.
He just knows that those two people
When somebody
entered
enters the
world.
dream world. Yeah.
Okay.
Now he just showed up at this girl's house unannounced.
Is this a dream though? What? Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
I think
whoa.
it is a dream
Whoa,
because
whoa,
this.
whoa, whoa. What the fuck?
I think we've just now discovered this is a dream.
Okay. Because that took a really quick turn. That's really nice of them because we were like, is this a dream or not? And then they answered that immediately. I like
really
that
laying
music.
on this dance scene.
Yeah, they're not great at dancing. What dance is that he's doing with the like listen, when I dream and I'm having a dance, can you put like one bird?
Yeah.
Like way over in the corner. Is that okay?
Now please transition this to be Matt Frewer.
Just imagine that.
Like the camera turns in such a manner that it reveals he's kissing Matt Frewer.
That'd be really good. That's actually really smart. Oh, what if wait, which one is kissing Matt Buer?
I want Angelo to be kissing him.
Yeah. If the dude was kissing him, like that's a great fucking. See, that's creepy.
He was just a creep. Yeah,
that's
he was just
creepy.
a creep who went into her dream.
That's creepy that he did that on purpose. Like, yeah, I fucked her. Like in the dreams.
Boundaries are a real problem in this.
Oh, that's weird. Also, that's got nothing to do with his skin thing. Like, what the fuck? This has been a trip, hasn't it?
Yeah.
A lot going on. Oh, so now the other guy's gonna get in his dreams.
Yeah.
So
we're back into the sexy dance place. The music's playing again.
Let me get some stuff straight. Other guy is catatonic, all right? So he only exists in the dream world now.
Yeah. He's gone brain dead.
So anytime those guys that interacted with him in the dream world go to sleep, he can interact with them.
Yes.
Okay,
because he knows who he is and where to find him now.
Because he's in the dream world, and then when they go to sleep, they're also in the dream world. I do like him. It's such a shame. Like you said, if this was filmed a bit better, he would be such a great character. You know what I mean? I feel like the film quality lets it down a bit.
Yeah. Emma.
Shit. Fuck. You talked to me with my machine?
She's 15.
Yep, creepy.
And I'm 45. That's right. I'm Jerry Seinfeld. Oh, this is good.
Oh, poor guy.
I feel so sorry for him.
He plays a good Sherlock Holmes too. Weirdly enough,
Does he?
it's not this over the top, obviously.
Wow.
Yeah.
When does he play Sherlock Holmes?
I think it was like the 2000s.
That was Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
So I went at the big time. That I think is a good angle. I like the idea. We set up this guy who can access his dreams. He gets taken out of the dream really quickly. So he's stuck in the dream world. And now his whole angle is, again, you're correct. Very much like the Shadow King. He wants his life back. He wants his body back. I get that.
Oh, no, he's threatening his little sister.
Who looks completely different.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, no.
It's the 90s.
Oh, the fact that he pushed her head back down, too, is rough.
Yeah. Back down there.
Get back down there.
You can't see it right now. She's sucking me off right now. That's right. He's 12.
Christ. Christ. State mental institution. What state? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. All of them? Oh, especially the arm stretch. The arm boy.
So he's trained himself enough that it doesn't hurt him anymore, but all we've seen him do is dick around with computers and read.
It's
So I
hard
don't
to
know how
see,
that's
right?
translated.
In that last shot, it's kind of hard to see, but when he raised his arm up, you could see the shadow of his arm going up. The shadow went up. It was kind of hard to see. I'm like, that's clever too. Like, that's a good way to get around that. Do you know what I mean? Simple stuff. I don't know what. Like, it really is a minimum security thing, isn't it? Where he just
Yeah,
climbed
it really
in
is.
the window.
That was the emphasis, was the minimum.
Climbed in through the first floor window. That's all it took. You the fucking guy? Like, why wouldn't you just kill him? Right?
I guess
If this-
he doesn't know he's a bad guy at this point.
Well,
Oh, no,
or he
just-
doesn't realize maybe if he kills his body, doesn't necessarily mean his mind is going to die in the dream world.
But
you
the
know?
whole point of this guy is he wants him to put his dream self back into his real body. So then you're
Yeah.
like, well, if you really want your real body that badly, if I kill the real body, who gives a shit about your dreams, right?
Well, he already has threatened to terrorize the people he loves, and I mean, we already seen that has the ability to make people commit suicide.
Well, I get that's true. Oh, and shit your pants uncontrollably.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want that for your sister.
Hey, it worked.
That's it.
His big one-liner was, "I liked it so much I bought the company."
Not the best. He didn't say nothing but Virtua Fighter.
So he pretended to be a zombie and scared off the one guard.
What?
Once
Wait,
his
wait,
brain.
wait. Did I miss something?
No, this is how you make a secret lab. Is you get a bunch of Tesla coils.
Different suit. He had time to change. I'm gonna strap you this shit. But
I don't know.
Let me put
I
the
don't know
yellow suit on.
how he managed to retain him. The dude literally can stretch his body, and he had no weapon.
Right. I don't know why this guy's not fucking retaliating against this guy who has no powers whatsoever.
Because he's got a ball gag in his
Dude, he
mouth.
wasn't he more dangerous in the dream world than he is physically?
I mean,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's not dangerous in the real life at all. So why wouldn't you just kill the body? That's what I'm saying. Nobody's listening. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving. I've already get stretched really far, but I can't.
He's remembering that one class they showed them taking.
Is that a see-through ball gag?
It is a see-through ball gag.
That's strange attention to detail. Why would that guy go and buy a see-through ball gag?
Maybe he didn't buy one for business purposes, but just happened to have one.
even so, you have to go out of your way to buy a see-through ball gag, right? Listen, in my my personal life, never seen a see-through ball gag.
So Skin used telepathy to tell Jubilee he was in trouble.
Because she was in the
believe
dream
you,
too.
darling.
She was in the dreamscape, right?
No. He just appeared to her telepathically.
No, but weren't they both? Didn't they both use the dream machine?
They both did it, but that was the point. Was he was using what he was taught by Emma Frost to, like, put himself in the astral plane and communicate with her.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Well,
the way I
was
said
then
it made more
class
sense.
They showed them taking.
If it was like actually because they both were the ones that used the dream machine, and then the other man had the dream machine, that made more sense than him suddenly being able to manifest Emma Frost power. Right?
Well, I think another thing to pay attention to is it's so weird that his connections with Jubilee is in that like she's the only one there that's been kind of nice to him.
Because he hasn't tried to fucking be a creep to her.
Yet.
There's still time. There's another dimension there. It's always been there. Don't worry about it.
Weirdly enough, this is making me want to get the epic collections of the Generation X comic run.
I mean, true. I also want to read more Generation X, but it does feel like the way they're talking about the dream dimension. Doesn't it seem like they're talking about the astral plane?
Yeah,
a lot,
100%.
like a lot. Like they just couldn't be bothered to actually come out and say it. Kind of commencement. His entire building.
The building's dream?
Yeah. What? Hey, Sylvan, fuck you.
Sorry, this is a really tense moment. I'm about to tell you guys are going to maybe die from this. I feel like this is not the time for your. Nope.
Hey, this is my last chance, so I really want to see Emma Frost niggers, please. So thank you.
Hey, I'm a gentleman. I didn't look at your vagina when my X-ray vision kicked in.
Do you know what I love about that was he says, "Listen, man, I just want to tell you, I didn't look at your dick, but like, he can just say that, right? Like
right.
He totally did.
No, he saw her thigh and then freaked out and stopped looking.
But him going, I didn't look at that. He totally did, right? So he could just say he didn't.
Yes.
And then she's like, oh, that's nice. But he like in his head is like, I fucking did.
Now, I can't remember. Are they actually going to get physical uniforms, or because they're going into the dream world, they get dream uniforms?
I imagine because they're like dream wise, they get the dream uniforms.
All right, guys,
but
go
hang on,
through the one room with the fog machine, please.
Yeah. So.
And the rock climbing wall.
Again, let me get everything straight here. They're going into the dream world, but not through the dream machine.
No.
They're going through the dream
Emma
door?
said basically that the dream machine is used by people who don't have strong enough psychic powers to get there that way.
But this part is happening in real life.
Yes.
This isn't the dream part. This is real. And so the other guys are going through the dream door to go into the dream world.
I think they're going to pull him into the dream, a la Freddy Krueger, maybe.
Right. But they all went through the dream door, as opposed to using the dream machine, which is like a bed. Emma Frost at some point made the dream machine, which was a bed, and then altered that to make a dream door that was to see him as a machine, but you just walk through.
Shave his head with a straight razor? Holy shit!
Circumcised. wait. So is this a dream or not? Is this real? Did they go there, or is this a dream?
Yeah, it seems to be.
So this is a dream.
They pulled him into the dream, I think.
So they are dreaming this thing that could happen in real life.
No, it's no dreams. This is the psychic world.
No. No. So there's the real world where that guy's strapped to the bed with the ball gag. That actually
No, it's
happened.
not the dream world. He's physically there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The real world is that guy is strapped to that bed with the ball gag in his mouth. That's in the real
it's not the dream
actual world. Yeah.
It is the real actual world.
And so they walk through the dream door to go teleport to the real world. Yes?
I don't know.
They teleported to the actual part of the world where this is happening, but the real world.
Yes.
But
That
it's
seems
not
to
a
be the
dream.
implication.
It's not a dream.
Is he
This
wearing
really
a kimono?
happening.
I'm really hold on.
Oh no.
I do like the kimono though. It is nice.
He somehow managed to throw her.
So he's in the dream. He teleported too?
Yeah, he went in first.
Can I just say, you're pretty good at beating up children. Well, thank you so much. I don't know how that isn't a bigger quote. That is a phenomenal quote. You're so good at beating up children. That's good. That's the best use of Banshee's power. That looked really good. But they are in the dream because that's the dream world.
They told you they kind of pulled him into it.
So they aren't in the real world.
I don't think so anymore.
What the fuck?
Oh no, he's giant, but he has a little hand.
So hang on. Are they in the real world and then outside this house is the dream world? Because they said that. Remember they said the building, they were going to pull the building into the dream world?
Yes.
So is the building is the building in the real world and then outside's the dream world? I don't. Can somebody help me? I feel sick. So he has powers in the dream world.
Apparently.
So he is a mutant.
No, he's not a mutant.
But he has powers in the dream world.
I think he just knows how to exploit the dream world because he's kind of the human expert on the dream world.
Which would suggest that he might be a mutant. Why is his face green? Do you guys think that guy looks a little bit like Jamie Noble?
West Virginia's own. So he's West Virginian and Irish. Man, that's a lot. That's me. Holy shit.
If you imagine Jamie Noble doing an Irish accent, that makes sense.
Does he have it now? Is it an Irish accent mixed with the West Virginia Appalachian accent?
Doesn't that make sense when you say it like that?
Stretchy skin. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Whoa, that looked really good. That's where the budget went.
That's where the budget went.
That's the budget. Wow.
So Angelo sacrificed himself.
Oh my god. Yeah, don't you kill yourself. I like you. You're a woman. I'm gonna see your tits later.
No, it's like you are the only one that's not been a creep so far.
That's interesting. And they're like, well, guess he's fucked.
Well, I mean, he was a bit of a creep. Stretchy skin.
Oh. Big arm. Rest of body.
So is this a Madam Web experience where they're not going to actually be in a costume until like the very fucking end?
It's looking increasingly like that way.
Come to me, my X-Man.
How much time's left? Yeah, there's 3 minutes left. That's the go home shot. Is them one of them in a uniform?
Fuck you, mate. I like the chandelier. Card game in the 90s. Added to the list.
So M and Mondo were definitely the two characters that got no exposure in this.
Mm-hmm.
M had fucking nothing to do.
Oh, those are Generation X branded cards.
Corey, you're familiar with Generation X.
Yes.
John, I know you're not. Corey, if you were to make your own Generation X film,
here it is.
Would you focus on skin?
No.
No. What
All right, there we go. Costume reveal. It's Buff/Husk.
That is Nicole Bass, right?
I mean, that is a comic accurate uniform.
Corey, say it right.
Uniform.
It's your new uniforms.
It's your new uniform.
It's your new uniform space. That sounded very.
He's getting ready for coffin flop.
So he's still alive.
But his brain got disconnected again.
Again?
Yeah. But now he's falling through an abyss for all eternity.
He's really angry about it.
I mean, wouldn't you?
I'd be pretty pissed.
Oh, zoom in on the eye, please. Thank you.
End of the credits.
Our final shot map.
Zoom into the credits.
Yes.
There
zoom into the
credits. Yep. I'll take it.
Generation X will be back in.
But
never.
There you go. Wow.
Did Jim Lee get a cameo in this? Is that what I just saw?
It looked like who was he?
I don't know. Some extra.
Okay. That was something.
You know what though? I enjoyed that a little bit more than I thought I would.
It was fun, wasn't it? It was fun. I didn't totally hate it. I feel like
no.
John, you could probably corroborate this too, because you've seen more films than I have. But like, I feel like
those old Marvel logos.
I feel like I've seen worse films than that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
definitely.
it was. Yeah, I don't think it was great, but like, I've definitely seen worse films than that, and that was so. I think maybe part of it was because I saw it with you guys, like we were able to like joke about it. Yeah. If I watched it by myself, I'd be like, that sucks. But like the fact that the three of us were watching it, I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of like fun stuff there.
Yeah.
That we could joke about. The Irish accent was a gift.
I loved it though. I fucking loved how over the top that Irish accent was.
Irish.
Oh, I'm Irish. Oh, Dylan, isn't this like your home? I bet you just open up your window, lad, and you just hear this all day.
I would love that guy to actually come to like Dublin or something. You know what I mean?
Did he get beaten up?
But you know what? Here's the thing. Like you can hear, like when you hear Seamus talking, like that's a Dublin accent, and I love it because it's like pure Dublin. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a Dublin accent.
Yeah.
And he like lives. He came from like just above Dublin, but like you can tell it's like that area. You know. Whereas if you hear like Finn Balor, it's similar but not the same.
Yeah.
And to see him like you go to Cork, if you go to Donegal, if you go up the north, like it's very different, you know.
Finn's accent's a little thicker in the end. Like it seems like it starts fine and then it gets real strong at the end of every sentence.
And I think part of that's because Dublin's such a very like popular tourist attractions. It's very easy to go to, so it's kind of become a lot more homogenized. You know, same with Belfast. Belfast like is the place where a lot of people go. They come to Northern Ireland, so like that accent gets very kind of like mixed. And then the further out of Belfast you go, the crazier the accent gets. And it's the same with Dublin. Dublin has a very like that's what Dublin sounds like. And then the further out you go, if you're not from here, the further out of Dublin you go, the more you're gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? That's a fact.
So real quick, because we've been at this for about an hour 47. What were your high points and low points, John? You've seen more movies than either of us combined.
Mm-hmm.
From your expert opinion.
Yes, give us your like film review kind of like.
Yeah, what did you give this on Letterboxd?
Yeah, give us your grade.
Well, I haven't given it a grade yet, but I will probably give this. I'm gonna say 1.5 stars.
I'd have gone two.
Out of what though? Because I'm always
Out of
interested.
5.
Whenever people give a grade, I'm always interested in what they would grade it out of. Do they do it 5? Do they do 10? Do they make their own grading? Because whenever I grade stuff, I make my own grading. Because I think 5 and 10s, that's been done. So I always grade stuff out of 13. Nobody else does it.
Don, I would have given it a 2. I don't know why I would have given it a 2, but 2 felt right.
A 2 out of what?
5.
Okay. So John gives it a 1 out of 5, and then Corey gives it a 2 out of 5.
John said 1.5.
Okay.
So we're not that far off.
2 out of 5. 20%.
I mean, was it a good movie?
I had fun watching it.
Yes, but it still wasn't a good movie.
I agree. Technically, like if you're being like realistic about it, it's a terrible film.
Yes.
Yes.
And there were a lot of parts where you were like, this doesn't make any sense. There were a lot of points where we were like, what does this mean? Why is this happening? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
What?
Let's hit the very obvious things out of the way. The plot made so little sense.
Correct.
I'm not entirely sure what the villain's motivation was. Because was it to make money? Because if so, he had a really weird way of going about it. Because the idea of like, oh, we'll get into people's brains and we'll influence them and make them like buy things or do things. Because we saw that in the beginning in the arcade where he was telling people like, oh yeah, put on more lipstick, yeah, smoke more cigarettes, yeah, keep playing Virtual Fighter. But like that went off the rails real quick when he started, because like the mutant experimentation, like it wasn't really clarified what was that about. Point number 2.
I think that's a really good point. Is that like it seemed like it was about manipulating people, because they had that whole like boardroom scene where you talked like to the other board members and the shareholders and stuff. That seems like it's a money-based thing, but then you're like, well, how exactly are you making money out of this? Like, I don't quite understand.
Well, so I can see that if it was just like we'll influence people to buy things that they don't really want or need, but because we're going to go in their dreams and supplant these like subliminal messages, they'll do it. I get that. That's fine. But there was no follow-up on that idea. Like his actions did not match the idea.
Right. And again, I feel like part of it was they were trying to mix up a lot of stuff from the original comics and then also try to do the more modern Marvel thing of putting their own spin on things.
Yes. Another thing, the the Generation X kids, were any of them likable? Like Jubilee seemed unoffensive, if anything, but she was kind of she was a little bit of a brat at the beginning, but like she seemed fine. The girl that was buff was fine. Yeah. M's only character thing was that she was kind of stuck up. Mondo was straight up racist towards Angelo. Angelo was stalking a girl. Refrax is just a creep.
Yes. Realistically,
their powers weren't really explored much either. Like, we saw obviously Skin doing his stretchy stuff, and there was a bit of fireworks for Jubilee at the beginning, but
then at the end.
Yeah, but there was like nothing really for most of them.
Yeah, again, we got to see the laser eyes 2 occasions.
Yeah.
There's definitely a budget thing, because you think like, I think if they were going to like try to spin this to a TV show, they were definitely going to go lean more into like the soap opera-y angsty stuff rather than like big power adventure.
But that's the problem, is that if you're doing an X-Men, even if it's a spin-off of the X-Men, the budget should be put into making the X-Men or whatever team it is look as cool as possible. Because wouldn't that budget have been way better spent for a better finale? That finale, let's be honest, was a bit flat. And like there was opportunity there. There was possibility there. We never really saw what Emma Frost could do. We saw 2 instances of Banshee kind of using his powers, but again, that was just warping the film. That's an easy effect.
Fine.
It's an easy effect to be able to pull off, right? The skin stretching ability, for the most part, is also very easy to pull off.
The characters they focused on were all characters whose powers were easy to focus on. Like, you don't have to use special effects for M. You could just do practical effects, like when she punched that punching bag and it blew up. Buff, we just like saw a body double, but like she suddenly got like really jacked arms, or her back was like super stretched or like super built. Everybody had super easy powers to make on this show because like I guess the one character, and I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I always thought Mondo was like a villain, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But Sync wasn't in this at all.
No.
Like that's what's really funny to me is like all that stuff like, oh well, Chamber and Husk weren't included. Like Sync isn't even mentioned. And if anything, Sync's got the easiest powers because he just copies other people's powers.
Right. If you've already got the CGI to be able to make somebody's power, you can do it with him as well. But again, for me, the problem is most of Skin's powers were practical and easy to do. The only issue is there was one part where they CGI'd his arms wrapping around the dude. There was one time when it was definitely like a computer-generated image of his arms wrapping around a man. And they didn't need to do that at all. There's no way they needed to do that. I mean,
it could have easily just been somebody tackled that guy and he fell off. Because that was the idea, was that he grabbed him and jumped off the side. You didn't need extra arms or extra arm length to do that. Because I mean, Matt Frewer is not the most physically intimidating individual in the world. Because that was also my question when he first got put back into his body and he grabbed Angelo and he's like, I need your brain. And it's like, okay, punch him in the fucking dick and get away from it.
but also,
I don't know what was preventing him from leaving.
Why does he need his brain?
Experimentation? Vague experimentation?
Right. Like, again, we're not being explained the proper stuff here. Like, why does he need that guy's brain? That guy just saved you from clearly death. He put his fucking...
Well, he was also established as being insane. Like, they did do that. So if you want to, like, wave your hand across his motivation, he goes, well, clearly he's not mentally well. That's why his plans make no sense. And that's how you excuse bad writing.
If you want to AEW the whole thing, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. So... the only other thing I would like to mention is I don't know. I loved Banshee's accent. I thought it was fucking funny, especially with that. I knew it would be watching with you, Dylan. Emma Frost was just a fucking plank of wood in this, wasn't she?
Oh yeah.
She had none of the personality, none of the flair of the comic book adaptation.
But she did have boobs.
She did have boobs.
Yeah, we got that going for, and a really tacky looking wig.
The wig was that's definitely a wig, right?
Yeah. Yes.
We can all agree that's 100% a wig.
Yeah.
I'm really annoyed that like they did Emma Frost like that, because Emma Frost, like we talked about earlier, she's such a character. Like she's a real character. She's got real emotions. She's a really like you know, you can slag off the X-Men all you want, but Emma Frost is a very well put together character. And this film, even to be totally fair to everything, when this film came out, Emma Frost was still in her development phase. She wasn't quite the character she became 5 years from now, or even 10 years, right? It was a different character. Like, she's not the Grant Morrison Emma Frost. She's not the Emma Frost.
Like I said, this was
years.
At the time, Emma was this character seeking redemption because her last batch of students were all murdered.
I understand, but exactly, that's the thing. They had established a character for Emma Frost by this point. It wasn't that she was just a new person that they didn't know what to do with. She had something to work with. And I feel like this film didn't capitalize on any of that. I feel like for the most part, the funny thing about this whole film is, when you look at all of the X-Men involved, this film did not capitalize on any of them correctly. We talked about this. M had like nothing to do in that film.
Nothing.
That's bizarre. You know? If Chamber was in that film, he would have something to do, but his replacement he was just a creep. Most of the men were just creeps, which is a weird character trait. Maybe that was what people did in the 90s. I don't know, but like, it's weird that most of the men were creeps and the two cool people were Buff and Jubilee, who, let's be honest, if we watched the X-Men X-Men film, if we watched the X-Men cartoon from the 90s, Jubilee was the worst character because she had no character. The other people had
the
character.
young person.
Yes. And in this film, Jubilee is one of the main characters based on the fact that her character isn't as shitty as all the other characters. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to do kind of like closing thoughts on this?
I would really like to hear John talk about this from like a film point of view.
I mean, it's tough to kind of be too critical about it because obviously it is like a TV pilot that's basically an episode of TV, but extended out to try and sell it to people. So it's not like a big budget movie, and it's not going to have the special effects or the like the sort of budget or whatever that the big movies have. So in terms of like a TV movie, it's fine. Like there's not a lot to it, but there's enough there that you think, well, I don't know, maybe we could like imagine going back and watching more adventures set in this world. But I don't think it did a particularly good job of like selling that and making you want to check out more from these characters or these actors or
No. Like I said, I mean, it's just these characters are not likable.
Yeah.
There was not really a single character that didn't come across as either like a brat or gross. Buff whose only character was her character was just she seemed nice and incredibly insecure about her body.
Yep.
But that's a character trait you could make something out of.
You could very easily.
And they didn't.
I kind of did like the romance aspect of her and like the one really creepy dude and like his like weird little face turn of like, hey, I didn't look when I could have,
Yes.
We have no way of believing that, but
that's something we have seen in the comics before, that kind of like shy, buggish person going out with this brash, jockish person, and they're coming together in a way that like complements both of them perfectly. I feel like this film, obviously the characterization of a lot of the people in it is off the mark, which is a shame. But the rest of the film, you're like, it feels like it's really close to being good.
There's potential.
Yes. And you can see the potential there. But every time you see that potential, it just strays off the mark a little bit. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about how great that guy, the Jim Carrey guy, was.
Yeah, Matt Frewer.
Yeah. And like he was great at the beginning, but as the film went on, you're like, his Jim Carrey antics aren't matching up with everything else.
No, it kept getting more and more off the mark.
Something's not working here. You know what I mean? And then the characterization of all of the X-Men characters, like every single one of them, was just too much off the mark. Like a little bit too far away from what they should be. Yeah. Or it's really hard for you to get into any of them. Like, who do you root for? If we're going to go back to our Smark part of our Smark Avengers title, what face do you root for here? Who is the guy you think, I like this guy, I'm going to root for them?
Can I tell you who I think they are?
The only people we really rooted for was Banshee because of his horrible Irish accent, and that's not good enough.
Well, Banshee also did seem like the only decent person there. Like,
Correct.
Yes, the accent was really funny, but like he also did appear to be a good character who did seem to have the children's best interest in mind.
Right, but it's hard to root for that guy when he sounds fake.
What do you mean you can't get into somebody who sounds like this?
What do you mean he sounds fake? He's doing an Irish jig, like. We can do this all night. We shouldn't.
We really could. We really could.
John, do your Irish accent.
Oh, to be sure.
See, that's what Banshee sounded like. That is exactly what Banshee sounded like.
Har.
Oh, to be sure.
Oh. Where's me Lucky Charms?
Where's me Lucky Charms? Anybody can do it. It's easy. I was in the middle of trying to say something, and then I just couldn't think of something to say, so it just made noise. I'm like, that's close enough to what people think Irish people sound like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isn't that right?
Yeah, we're like sharks. I feel like as comic fans, we all know that this was like a really good, potentially good show. I mean, Corey, you and me have read some of I haven't read all Generation X, but like I've read some of it. I'm like, I know that like this is a really good film to capitalize on it. Like if they wanted to, they could have done a really good job with it, and they kind of fumbled the ball a bit. Like there was a lot of. If this was supposed to be just a way to show it off, I get it.
You think though that they figured, oh, this is a slam dunk. We're definitely going to get picked up for a series, so we don't have to go too deep into this now because we can explore this when we have 24 episodes to work with.
God, I wish there were 24 episodes of this. We could have been doing this forever.
4 episodes.
We're going to shut it down, everybody. It's been fun. Way more fun than I thought it would be, for sure. But that was Generation X. It had potential. It was mostly bad, but we had a good time watching it. And I hope you had a good time watching it with us.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode and watching along with us. We really appreciate it. I hope if you're from Ireland and you watch this show as well, you understand where I'm coming from. If you're from America and you watch that show, you're like, I don't see the problem. That was perfect.
Yep, that was the best ever.
Yeah, that's what Ireland sounds like to me. Yep. And I'm 1/4 Irish.
I love the Dropkick Murphys, and St. Patrick's Day is my favorite holiday. And I'm really a big fan of the song Jump Around.
I love whenever they make the Shamrock McFlurry.
Shamrock Shake?
Yep. So I'm Irish.
John, do you have any Irish colloquialisms to throw in there really quick at the end?
Thank you very much for listening to
really.
this. I don't have anything. John, you want to do an Irish thing?
I did drink a Guinness while I was watching this, so
wow,
that's my contribution. Yeah.
You set the mood.
I didn't. I drank like every beer other than from Ireland.
I think by being in Ireland while you're drinking the beer, it does make it Irish beer. I think it's how that works.
I would say that me being in Ireland makes me the Irish contingency, right?
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much for listening. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much if you listened along to the show and you also listen to the commentary and watch the video on YouTube as well. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much. We love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, Lucky Charms.
From the Emerald Isle, we say
there's
goodbye.
A pot of gold with a rainbow.